President Trump on vacation, but hardly in vacation mode this weekend, lashing out again at the media and at Robert Mueller, describing Mueller's investigation as lies and corruption, but also completely contradicting his initial version of events about why his son Donald Trump Jr. held that meeting with Russians right in the heat of the 2016 campaign.
From President Trump, a striking acknowledgement after a year of denials and shifting stories, addressing that 2016 Trump Tower meeting between his son, Donald Trump Jr., and a Russian lawyer tied to the Kremlin. Mr. Trump tweeting Sunday, "This was a meeting to get information on an opponent, totally legal and done all the time in politics, and it went nowhere." That defense, a very different story than the statement issued by the president's team last summer, insisting the meeting was primarily about the adoption of Russian children, a misleading statement the president dictated on behalf of his son. The administration's story about that 2016 meeting has evolved over the last year.
I guess they talked about, as I see it, they talked about adoption and some things.
There was nothing that, as far as we know, that would lead anyone to believe that there was anything except for a discussion about adoption of the Majinsky Act.
He certainly didn't dictate, but, he, like I said, he weighed in, offered suggestion like any father would do.
That meeting remains a focus of special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation, whether any Trump campaign officials coordinated with the Russians. It's illegal for any campaign to receive help from a foreign government or individual. The president's lawyers remain defiant.
The question is, what law, statute, or rule or regulation has been violated? Nobody's pointed to one.
President Trump taking a break at his New Jersey golf club this week before gearing up for the sprint to the midterms 3 months from today.
Why would that be a blue wave? I think it could be a red wave. I tell you what, really, I think it should be a red wave.
The president headlining 3 raucous rallies in the last week, vowing he'll travel 6 to 7 days a week this fall, parachuting into hotly contested primaries to turn out his base in critical contests. His challenge, staying on message and not invigorating opponents, delivering a win for Democrats this fall.
And Peter, this, of course, is all about the Mueller investigation. So where does that investigation stand now?
Yeah, Hoda, that is the million-dollar question right now. We know from the president's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, that he recently received a letter from the special counsel, Robert Mueller's team, about a possible interview. That letter didn't rule out that the focus would still be on collusion and obstruction of justice. Giuliani also notably floated a date that they would announce whether or not they would be volunteering to do an interview with Mueller, saying that would happen within the next week. Why the new urgency? That's not clear at this time right now. The president's other lawyer, Jay Sekulow, saying that the legal team is prepared to fight any possible subpoena that would try to force the president to testify. And as for Sekulow, he also says he received, quote, bad information to help explain why he gave a misleading statement about what the president knew about that statement that he put out on behalf of his son a year ago. Hoda?
All right, Peter Alexander in Jersey. Peter, thank you.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.